Thanks, folks. Alastor Prime here. Look what just arrived in the mail. Age of the Primes, Beast Wars, Quick Strike. Now, from what I can see here, I love his articulation, especially this arm here. Like, I'm sold on the arm. Look at all the stuff you could do with this arm, man. Like, it's insane. Like, really? And the good thing is, the head, the mouth does open. I mean, this thing just arrived in the mail, so it's a bit tight. Let's lay him down right quick. Let me see. There we go. So the mouth can open. If you do have any blast effects, they can fit in this mouthpiece. Then he has this large crab-like pincer hand thing. I never handled the original Quick Strike toy because I want to say, what was it? I want to say I handled the original Dinobot and Cheetor back in the day. Yeah. It was the original Dinobot and Cheetor. That was the earliest I started collecting back during the craze of Beast Wars. I want to say I had a few figures from Beast Wars. Uh, I had Inferno. I know that. It's right over here. I had the original Inferno. I had the original Dinobot. The original Cheetor. I had, I think, the Transmetal version of Pterosaur and Air Razor, but I wasn't sure on the names, to be honest. In fact, here's a little backstory. I want to say those are the earliest figures I remember with names, right? But then I picked up other figures throughout my time as well, like uh, RID Megatron. Let's see, Universe Razor Claw. Who else? The original one. Energon Barricade. Never completed that combiner team. Who else did I have? I had Energon Snowcat, Armada Cyclonus, Armada Demolisher, which again just recently picked him up again, right up over there. I don't mind picking up Energon Snowcat again, to be honest. But I want to pick that up with Combiner Wars Victorion. But who knows when Hasbro will do an updated version of Victorion. But I don't think that's going to happen anytime soon. That's probably going to be a few more years down the line because, I mean, we're still in the middle of doing Bruticus. And then they say they want to do the Protect the Bots, Defensor next, all that. But we'll see how it plays out. Anyway, I want to say during because I wasn't too active on collecting as much. I mean, I did get figures like the original Depth Charge as well. I had the Armada Unicron, the original Armada Sideways, Optimus, the Armada Thundercracker. I was never able to get Megatron, but that's okay. Let's see who else. I never got Thrust nor Scavenger. I wanted to get Jetfire, but I never could. But that's alright. I want to say around the ending of Cybertron, the show. Yeah, around the middle to ending of Transformers Cybertron is when I fell off of collecting. So roughly around what? Late. For a few years I've been contemplating and debating whether or not I should get back into it. But then around the tail end of 2023, I want to say, yeah, the tail end of 23 is when I started collecting again. And my first figure in 23 was the Legacy Galvatron. And ever since then, it's been, you know, foot on the gas. Ever since then. But anyway, I just wanted to give that little brief bit of backstory in terms of collecting and all that. So I'm not relatively new to the hobby. Because back then, you know, child with no adult money of his own, now an adult with adult money can go ahead and indulge in the hobby again. But anyway, that's not why you guys are here. Let's go ahead and transform Age of the Primes. Quick Strike. Alright, so relatively simple guy. So what you want to do is get these up first. Alright. And then, like I said, since this figure is relatively new, some of the parts on them are tight. So then once you have this like this, what you want to do is take this arm here, this Cobra arm, and swing it around like so. Right? And that'll tab it in here like so. And you can fix that up later on. And take this arm here. Get everything situated here. Uh-oh. I just did it earlier. Now you don't want to cooperate with me, that's what it is. And then the legs will just turn around like so. And like I said, it's still a tight figure. And this wasn't transformed correctly. There we go. So now, oh yeah, I forgot to tab these in because these also tab into this portion here. Then let's just adjust the tail like so. And there's Quick Strike in his Scorpion mode. Not so much articulation in the Scorpion mode, but I do like it though. I do like how the hands or claws can rotate and tilt this way. They can tilt such. So his articulation in this mode is very limited. The serpent, the cobra head can go at least up to here. I mean, I have a few last effects. Let me go grab some. All right. These blast effects are from Star Optimus, who I just recently got. So, I don't know. Will this fit? Let's see. Yeah. Looks like it fits. So now it looks like the cobra mouth is spewing fire. Alright, so that's basically it for his beast mode. So let's go ahead and back in the robot mode. Hang on, let me adjust myself right quick. So what you're gonna wanna do is simple. It's simple. Nothing too crazy. Open up these legs, rotate them around. All that, what you just saw. Come on. Open up the feet. So now he can stand. Get this arm out the way. Untap this and free this up. Get that down. Wait, hang on. Open that up as well. Make sure everything is nice and secure. And there he is back in his beast mode. I mean, in his robot mode. There's that head sculpt. And there's his Predacon insignia in the middle. It's kind of hard to see without any real additional lighting. And then here's back the Star Optimus blast effect for the Cobra head. Let's get that in there. Now you don't want to cooperate. Okay. That's fine. I mean, we already saw what it looks like. Yeah. This might be way too big for this. But it's definitely worth a shot, right? Now that is a lot of bloosh and firepower, given his character in the show. I mean, that's so much blast effect that, oh Lord, it makes him a little unstable. But that's fine. Let's go ahead and take that off, put that away. You served your purpose. Goodbye, blast effects. Not a big fan of them, honestly. But they do what they do. The head's not too much on a ball joint, so you're not gonna get much wiggle and waggle. Let's see what else. There's no real accessories with this guy. As you can see, what you get is what you get. He can do a full of Jean-Claude Van Damme. He has ankle tilt. He can go ankle tilting on either side. Ninety degree bend at the knee. Bicep bend. The part that really got me sold was, again, the Cobra arm, man. Like, look at this thing. There's so many ball joints on this thing, but yet it works fine. Let's close up that mouse. Let's see. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different ball joints. Then the Cobra itself on a ball joint. You can put the arm in like all types of unique poses like that. Or like that. Or you could just leave it like that. And that's basically it. Oh yeah, the beast mode head, unfortunately, doesn't really hide anywhere. In robot mode, it just stays there. And there's nowhere like it can tab onto anything, neither. So I saw it in the previous review. But other than that, that is basically it for Age of the Prime's Quick Strike. He's a pretty decent pickup, I will say the least, whether you're into Beast Wars or not. Amazon has got him out early. Let's see. Big Bad Toy Store won't release him until later on. I think, until January or so? But either way, regardless of where you're getting them from, it looks great either way. Who was it? I will be doing a review on Quintus Prime because that is coming in the coming days. But the one that I'm really excited to review will be, excuse me, will be Age of the Prime's Razor Claw. Age of the Prime's Razor Claw and Sideways. I wish I had the original to really do any comparisons, but that's just that. I don't. Anyway, here's the Predacon show, so let's go ahead and put you with your Predacon brethren. Now, ain't that a nice, lovely family photo? I know, Skybite, not that era of Predacon, before anybody starts flaming me for that, but hey, it is what it is. Okay? I had nowhere else to put them. But anyway. In fact, hold on. Speaking of an old figure, let's make this into a two-parter in a way, shall we? Not only am I just reviewing Age of the Primes Quick Strike, to also do Armada Demolisher, right? Because in comparison to the articulation from 03 to now, there's a vast difference. Hasbro, y'all need to get on the ball with these Armada updates. There's this little Minicon Blackout. I would love to see an updated Demolisher. In all honesty, I'm really pushing for that. If there's anybody from Armada who I want to see get updated, would be Demolisher. Because the only other Decepticon from Armada who got an update is Armada Wheeljack as well. And I will say that even though I never picked up the original Wheeljack, I do love me some Armada. So let's go ahead and put you to the side for now, right? Let's take care of Blackout first. So Blackout's fairly simple. Full rotation, this is as far as it'll go. Unfortunately, the leg keeps crashing into the arm like that. So that's all you're really gonna get. He's a little fella, so he can't really do all that much. He can go and kick about that far. But that's only because his transformation is relatively simple as such. He a little fella. So we'll put Blackout to the side for now. So let's just do Demolisher right quick. So his transformation, if you had the original 03, it's relatively simple. So the arms can go up like this, right? Yeah, so you want the arms positioned like this. Then you want the head to tilt back. Then you want that to squeeze and sandwich in. Then you want the toes to be straightened up like this. And then you want everything to accordion up Let's go. Then, of course, you know, you want the tread to flip in like such, and then boom. There you go. Armada Demolisher. Oh, and then, of course, you could have the seat flip out like that. So, let's bring back blackout. Close up the radar dish. If you want, you could stick them like right here. Come on. There we go. And then there's a little button right there. Right? And if you want, you can press it and then it'll shoot out blackout. Or if you want, you could transform blackout part of the way, like so. And just have him sit right there on Demolisher. But another thing is too, since he is a mini-con, mini-con features. Spring-loaded missiles. Thank God I was able to find them. Here they landed. So take off the mini-con, push that back in. So that's basically it for Demolisher. So let's go ahead and put Blackout over here back with his Decepticon. Well, I can't really call him a Decepticon because he's a mini-con, and he's given the premise of the story of Armada. The mini-cons just went along with whoever found them, regardless of their affiliation. You know? So anyway, let's go ahead and take the treads out like so again. Oh, right. I don't know if this is like an actual mode or is it a fan mode. Something like that. Some folks I've seen do. I ain't do it correctly, but it's fine. I don't really prefer this. So let's accordion the legs back down. Let's pull that apart, pull the head out, flip the arms, pull the seat back, and there's Armada Demolisher in his robot mode now. And we're gonna put you back with the others. And then hopefully nobody falls. And then finally, to wrap everything up, this just ended up being a three-parter. For no real reason, but I'm okay with that. What can I say? Since we got to the topic of Armada, Here's Armada Wheeljack. I'm sure you guys are familiar with him at this point. The swords he comes with. I mean, it's the side swipe mode, so of course he's gonna come with the rocket launcher, but I don't really care for it like that. Not with this guy. Everything's painted in black. That clear plastic. You know, so I love the slash across the chest. The detail on him is superb. I mean, you can't really go wrong with a side swipe mode, to be honest. I want to say, who was it? My first side swipe mode since I started collecting since 2023 was, I want to say it was Red Alert. Yeah. I think it was the Siege, or maybe the Kingdom Red Alert. But anyway, let's go ahead and commence with the transformation. So what you want to do here is simple. Go like that. Then you want to take the feet and do that. Rotate the waist. And there is Armada Wheeljack in his vehicle mode. He rolls. Since the wheels are pinned, and they're not made out of rubber, which honestly I feel like, you know, I don't know, Hasbro, y'all gotta afford to do it. And then the swords go right here. But for the sake of completion, here is the rocket launcher. And that's basically what he looks like with all his accessories. So let's get him back into robot mode and wrap this up. I'll put that to the side for now. Get the feet out. Come on. Oh, quick strike, you don't want to work with me now. Camera's on, so you're a bit of a shy boy. That's alright, we'll get you out. I would highly recommend investing in some part separators. In case There are pieces that don't want to come out, like those. And you want to try and free them up. And there is Armada Wheeljack back in robot mode. So let's go ahead and give him his accessories. The cannon. The sword. And the other sword. And that is that with Wheeljack. Don't ask how in the world we got from Beast Wars, Quick Strike from Age of the Primes to '03 Demolisher to now a Legacy Wheeljack. I don't know, folks, but hey, we got there. We did what we did. And that's just what it is. All right, Alastor Prime family, YouTube family, and all the rest of you lovely people in the algorithm. That's going to wrap it up. And be the end of today's show.